information about that. One final note, the SCAN Awards are coming up November the 19th. That's next Thursday night, November the 19th. If you want to find out more about that, go to scantv.org. Okay. Before that, we talked a little bit about the disabled homeless. Yeah. Boy, that would be difficult, huh?
Yeah. We had a woman that was, we found her in a doorway in the snow. This is a woman with mobility issues, walks crutches with great difficulty. My worker, actually, we weren't out looking for anybody, but we were driving through the snow last winter and saw this woman in a doorway and picked her up and took her down to a shelter. That was in December, and in January she was able to move into our building. It's not easy for her getting up and down those stairs, but it's sure better than trying to make your way on the streets late at night.
Well, I mean, being disabled developmentally or physically or in any way disabled is certainly something incredibly difficult. But being homeless on top of that,
yeah.
How did she do it? I mean, how did she get herself through a day?
She's a very positive person. She's somebody who has great hope within her, and she just trusts God that she's going to be okay. And you know, so far she's made it. She's a great tenant in our building. We're really happy. She's in her early 60s.
Wow. Let's go back to the mission of Operation Nightwatch. Education and encouragement for others to respond to those in need. Okay, what kind of education do you do?
Well,
maybe tonight.
Yeah, tonight. Yeah, there's one right there. I do about 100 speaking engagements a year at a lot of different venues. I mean, everybody sees the collar, and of course they assume I'm out preaching every Sunday, which I'm not. But I do speak to schools, retiree groups, Kiwanis and Rotary clubs. So always looking for opportunities to make new friends for our work.
Are you in the group at Operation Nightwatch just another bunch of liberal do-gooders who are trying to take money away from the good, hard-earning workers like myself?
We don't check anybody's ideology at the door. So we have folks that run the gamut, both from a religious and philosophical point of view, and probably politically as well. We're someplace in the middle. We think government has a place in taking care of problems, but they shouldn't be the whole focus of where we look to for our help, because we have great confidence in the people of this community. This is a generous community, and I think Nightwatch's growth and our ability to get our message in front of folks, they don't need the taxes to be taken out. They're going to give us the money because they believe in us and they've seen what we've done.
Let's go, I think, to the factoids. I think that's where we're going next. The next factoid is homelessness factoid. Approximately 2.3 to 2.5 million people are homeless each year. And that's an awful lot of people.
Yeah, you know, that's...
Here in the United States.
Counting homeless people is kind of an interesting thing. Now, that figure, I'm willing to bet, those are people who have some experience of homelessness during the course of a year. Not how many people are homeless tonight. That would be a different number, I believe.
Yeah, well, that would be next to impossible to count, wouldn't it?
I think so. But you know, the homeless count that we do in the Northwest in Seattle is an example to the rest of the country. Actually, we started counting homeless people at Operation Nightwatch in 1982, and our process for counting homeless people in Seattle has been put forward as an example to other parts of the country, and now the federal government requires counts as a part of your point system for developing federally subsidized housing projects. So you get credit, so to speak, for your local community if your local community does a point-in-time count. And so there is some attempt to get at that number nationwide.
Tell me about the Hero of the Homeless Luncheon. We have some more things to go over, but I've got to make sure that we talk about that. It's Tuesday, November 24th.
That's right, it's coming up. We, every year, for the last 10 years, we honor somebody in the community that's had an impact on homeless issues. Sometimes it's a local politician, sometimes it's a business person. We honored Dick Spady from Dick's Drive-Ins. He continues to give Nightwatch 125 cheeseburgers 3 times a week.
Really?
For 14 years now, I think. Also those little boxes that you put your your change into at the counter at Dick's Drive. I don't know, you don't go to Dick's, do you, Stan? But anyway.
It's every now and then.
But